Hey, good evening, everybody. John here at Havoc Maker Studio, and just our near the end of the week update ish thingy. While I'm still working on a couple other projects that I wanted to release yesterday and this week. Um, some other information dropped for Ministravaganza 2022. That's coming up June 9th, 10th, and 11th. So just in about 14 days from today. Yeah, actually, I think it's 2 weeks from now. Yay! Um, so what that is Atomic Mass Games will put on a 3 day kind of an interactive extravaganza through Twitch, and I think that'll eventually be uploaded to YouTube, or they might be simulcast YouTube and Twitch, depending on what's streaming or restream service that they're using. But at least if it's like last time, it will be on Twitch. So let's take a look at last time, and then we'll take a look at this schedule and what the differences are, because there looks like to be some differences. Now, that doesn't mean it's doom and gloom, but it does raise some questions, a lot of questions. So let's take a look, at least from last year, September 9th, 10th, and 11th, 2021. So we haven't even been a year since the last mini extravaganza, so that's kind of nice. We don't have to go a full year without it. So taking a look, they throughout the day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they'll have a variety of events going on that include pre and post show, little meet and greet, basically the development team and the designers, and with upcoming product or projects, maybe even breaking down current ones they have. They have like a fresh coat section where they will do painting sessions. Those will be very long, and there'll be a lot of them, or they'll be painting a variety of models and maybe even other hobbying things. And then, of course, they'll have gameplay. So, just give an example. Last year on opening day, they had a nice, from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. That is a block of painting. Ooh, that's a lot of painting. They also had a block from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. They had two blocks of about, looks to be panel to play live, Hulkbuster and Miss Marvel. I think that's when they announced them. They had also X-Wing with the dev team. This is just an example. I'm not going to read over everything. But we did get to see like what's next for Marvel Crisis Protocol on the next day. More hobby hangout. There's going to be lots of hobby hangouts. So if you've been wanting to see how they're painting these other models and hear them, sometimes they might occasionally leak some information or so show some upcoming cards. They've done it certainly before. They've backed off a lot of their Twitch feeds as of late, which is okay. But expect maybe that to get slipped into this year's session. I'll explain that in a moment. And then, like I said, they're like there's the after party where they kind of go over the highlights. So what I'm going to do before we take a look at their schedule this year is, at least for their development team episodes, or throughout, just really throughout the day, I'm just going to have it being running in the background while I'm painting. And once some great information drops, like I need to do some screenshots, whatnot, I'm gonna basically be recording it so we can go back over it and do it again, especially if you missed it, since it is a Thursday and Friday, and most people will be working most of those days or those nights, and you're going to miss out. I've got you covered. We'll do kind of highlight videos throughout the day, and usually the next day, like a recap video of the day before. So I'm definitely going to have you guys covered in that regards. So that's just an example of what they did last year. I still don't know why they didn't update on their official website with Ministravaganza 2022. I really feel like I need to message them and go, guys, if you guys want to pay me like $10 an hour for like 2 hours a week, I'll update your website whenever you need it. Just please, for the love of God, update your website. It's ridiculous. Anyways, that's a nitpick thing. Here is Ministravaganza 9th, 10th, and 11th. That's, once again, 2 weeks. I'm going to leave this up on the screen. You can find it on their Facebook page. You cannot find it on their web page because they don't update it. So it's on Facebook or right here. Screenshot it. That way you can look at it after you're done listening to me blab. So they do have a lot of painting sessions. There's multiple paint sessions. I don't know what every session is, but I can kind of guess like this is the way session to paint is probably going to be something to do with Star Wars Legion. I would not be surprised if that's their way of introducing, say, the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda. How do you say it? And then we have Sound and Fury painting Nick and Fury. I don't know why they call it Sound and Fury, but whatever. There could be something included in there. We don't know. Then I got a couple battle report. Well, one battle report each day, it looks like. Some X-Wing gameplay, Star Wars Legion gameplay, and then Marvel Crisis Protocol gameplay. And it looks like they might be featuring all their new units that are about ready to drop or have dropped. So looking on Saturday as Guardians in action, likely going to be Heimdall and Scourge, unless they reveal, say, Sif and or the Warriors 3 or some other Asgardians. But I would imagine right now, especially like on Friday, they have a development devs and design team talking about from Earth to Asgard. So, are we going to be seeing other teams on that day, other models that day, or is it just going to be about Heimdall and Scourge? I don't know. And they're, of course, not going to tell us because they want us to tune in, which is totally fine. I get that. That's how this works. But what is interesting is that the lack of information on here, as opposed to previously when they announced, hey, we're going to be talking about this during this block, this during this block. And people are like, well, they're going to want to draw attention. Well, we already know what's going on the rest of the day. Why don't you tell us when you're going to be revealing new models at all? I mean, as of right now, unless I am totally clueless on looking at this stuff, and I've searched, and you guys can search too, put it in the comments below if I'm wrong. But looking down on Thursday on the Hobby Hangout, they have Star Wars Ewoks. Well, I haven't seen Ewoks for Star Wars Legion yet, and I seriously doubt that's for X-Wing or Armada. So maybe that's them hinting at, hey, we got new models coming. Ewoks is one of them, and probably Baby Goku, whatever it is, and the Mandalorian. Maybe that's their way of hinting at, hey, we're going to be revealing some new stuff. So just like Star Wars Legion earlier on Thursday, a hive of scum and villainy, maybe that's when they're going to reveal a whole host of new models. Just like on Friday during the From Earth to Asgard, they're going to reveal a bunch of new models. The reason why I'm saying also beyond Heimdall and Scourge, if we look on Saturday near the end of the day, a superhero's best friend. That's painting animals. And right now, guys, I think, and quote me if I'm wrong, I think the only animal, and it's not really an animal, is Lockjaw in Marvel Crisis Protocol. I mean, I guess you could look at Rocket Raccoon. I mean, he is a trash panda, but he's not really an animal. Neither is Lockjaw technically. So I don't know. Now, some might be like, oh God, are we going to see like a Super or Crypto, Super Dog, or Bat Dog? No, because those are DC. But what other ones could we be seeing? Well, there's like Red Wing, which is the Falcon that Falcon slash Captain America, Sam Wilson used to have flying around with him. And then he has a robot one. I think the current Falcon, then there's a new guy running around as Falcon. I think he might have a Red Wing, but I think they've kind of retconned all that. We got Lockheed, the dragon that's around with Shadowcat. So that means we could be seeing Shadowcat finally. And so there might be a separate Lockheed miniature alongside that, which could be interesting. There's Old Lace from the Runaways. It's basically it's a Velociraptor, so a genetically engineered one. I think it's whatever the other name, but it's a raptor that runs around with that crew. We have Devil Dinosaur, so that might be interesting, especially if they do Moon Girl, not Moon Boy, the little ape guy, but Moon Girl, the little super genius kid that runs around with Devil Dinosaur. And there's Bats, the ghost hound that usually hangs out with Doctor Strange, not in the movies, but in the comic books. There's Bats, the ghost dog. Then we have Cosmo. You probably saw him in any of the Guardians of the Galaxy. I think at least in one Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I don't know about the second one or the first one. Either or. It was not a basset hound, but a hound dog that was in basically in a old school like astronaut uniform. That's a possibility. And then of course we've got Goose, which is, if you guys know, like Captain Marvel, you watch the Captain Marvel movie. That's a great way to see it. That's that thing that looks like a cat, but it's most certainly not a cat. And then more importantly, I'm sure there's more super animals, but Marvel doesn't really kind of focus too much on super animals like DC, where they get a little ridiculous with it. Take a look at the Pegasus that hangs out with Wonder Woman back in the day, and that love triangle thing that was going on. Yeah, it's freaky. Anyways, so we have Jeff the land shark, who was hanging out with not Daredevil, but Deadpool and Gwenpool. So could we be getting a Gwenpool, right? A Gwenpool with Jeff the Shark as a separate thing? And would these count? Here's the other thing: is would these animals count as a grunt base, right? We already have kind of in a sort of a way. We already have our first animal, even though we don't have a miniature for it, with Honey Badger and not Jeff the Unstoppable, but Jonathan the Unstoppable, the little genetically altered badger, Wolverine. I think Wolverine, Badger, Weasel. I don't remember what he is. You guys put that in the comments below what it is. But we have that alongside Jeff the Shark, which is really popular. I would say if out of all those ones I've talked about, he's definitely one that I could see coming forward, especially if they bring Gwenpool into the Marvel universe or Marvel Crisis Protocol universe. So that is maybe what we're going to be seeing, because definitely we don't have any animals per se. Is this going to be a box of animals to be used as icons, or is it going to be animals that are attached to characters for the purposes of is it like a new grunt base or a new unit type similar to grunts, or is it just going to follow the grunt rules, which would make sense? Why make up new rules when you already have the grunt rules? So I really don't know, but it's definitely an interesting thing that we got going on here. So it looks like at least one of these streams, the Full of Surprises, a Star Wars stream, means we're probably going to see X-Wing, Star Wars Legion, maybe Armada, but Armada's not doing all super great out there and sales wise or play wise. I'm not talking about just your isolated regional pockets, but by large and by far and large, by large far largely, you don't see a lot of people playing Armada. At least at stores, it's not a big draw event like X-Wing, Legion, and Marvel Crisis Protocol. It doesn't mean it's not a good game. It's just you don't see it a lot. I know that they still have to fix some issues in regards to the small ship squadron, the fighter squadrons, because I think that kind of ruined the big ship game. I don't know too much about it. That's just what I've talked with from TOs and tournament players. Anyways, we also have, for Marvel Crisis Protocol, mad scientists and crime lords, giving your Marvel Crisis Protocol villains a distinct look. Could that be an indication of some upcoming models that we had, units and such that we've talked about, like, say, goodness, what are some of the other crime lords that we talked about? Tombstone. Oh, there we go. Tombstone was one of them, a Spider-Man and Luke Cage-ish type villain. Are we going to be seeing AIM, maybe some AIM, Advanced Idea Mechanics characters? I don't know. It's the way they got this laid out and the way they're being extremely cryptic with a lot of it is enough to make me sit there and watch, I don't know, what is that, 7-8 hours worth of content. God, I'm going to kill myself. I'm not going to kill myself. I'm going to die from watching all this content Thursday, Friday, Saturday. At any rate, we are going to cover a lot of it, maybe even some of it live. I don't know how I'm going to work this on the schedule yet because obviously people can watch it live while it's showing. I think maybe, and you guys can put it in the comments below what you would like to maybe do. Maybe I can have a live show here on YouTube while they're doing their live show, and we'll of course broadcast it here, and you guys can watch it. You can watch it on your own screen, have me in the background, whatever, and we can sit there and we can discuss live what we're seeing, like during, say, especially during the dev team and the designers getting down, like the Hive of Scum and Villainy, the From Earth to Asgard, those type of sit downs that they have. They're only like an hour and a half long, and we can discuss live about what we're seeing there and kind of do a breakdown of what we might be seeing, what it means for the game and the future of these different games like Star Wars Legion, Marvel Crash Protocol, and such. I think I'm done running my mouth. So let me know what you guys think, especially about, like, I don't want to call them the super animals or the super pets because that's really a DC thing. And thankfully, Marvel doesn't do it. I really love a lot of the DC characters, but I hate the DC pets thing. It just irritates the piss out of me. Oh, man, it's so stupid. But I get it. At any rate, let me know about that, what you guys think, especially about those Ewoks. Are Ewoks already out? I have not seen anything about Ewoks, and this might be the first time. Let me know, guys. So thank you for watching. My name is John. This is Havoc Maker Studio, and I will talk to you guys later. See ya.